Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Windward Buddhist Temple's February Remembrance Service. My name is Neil Yamamoto, and I will be your MC for today. We'll begin with the ringing of the temple bell, or Kansho, that signifies the beginning of the temple service. It is a deep and sacred ritual, steeped in ancient tradition. It is the calling of the people to come together to listen to the Dharma or teaching. The temple bell represents the gratitude and deep appreciation of the members, friends, and guests of the Windward Buddhist Temple. Please sit quietly in your seat. If you are able, please rise for the meditation, followed by the chanting of the Vandana and Ti-Sarana by the congregation in Pali and English on the red Jodo Shinshu Service book on page 7. Please be seated. Reverend Kalu will now read the Sanbujo on page 9 in the Jodo Shinshu Service book.
Service for our departed loved ones who have gone to the realm of enlightenment, to the pure land of Amida Buddha. As we participate in this memorial service, we may experience spiritual insight into our Buddhist way of life, which the deceased has contributed during their lifetime. We spiritually dedicate this day as our expression of deep appreciation for the three treasures of the Buddha's teaching. Namo Kie Butsu, I go to the Buddha for guidance. Namo Hiei Ho, I go to the Dharma for guidance. Namo Hiei So, I go to the Sangha for guidance. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
We will now have the remembrance of those individuals who passed away in the month of February in any year. Reverend Kalu will hit the gong several times to start, then the names of the deceased will be read. Please go forward to offer incense Then Reverend Kalu will hit the gong again for the next name. After the last name is called and incense offered, he will then hit the gong several times and go directly into the Sutra Juseige in the red Jodo Shinshu Service book on page 54. Akiko Sumikawa, Aiko Nishita, and Chisai Sumikawa. Matsuzaemon and Kyo Kukino. Janice Uno. Betty and Herbert Imai. Jack Deal. Takuichi Hiramoto. If you are able, please rise for the recitation of the Golden Chain of Love in the Jodo Shinshu Service book on page 126. I am a link in Amida Buddha's
golden chain of love that stretches around the world. I must keep my link bright and strong. I will try, kind and gentle to every living thing and protect all who are weaker than myself. I will try to think pure and beautiful thoughts, to say pure and beautiful words, and to do beautiful deeds, knowing that when I do now depends not only on my happiness or happiness, but also that of others. May every living in Amida's golden chain of love be bright and strong. May we all attain perfect peace. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
Please continue to stand for the Gatha, flying free, that is found on the white paper that was given to you earlier in the day. Please be seated. Our Dharma Talk today is going to be given by our very own minister, Reverend Kalu.
Let's put our hands together in Kansho. Those who, hearing Amida Buddha's name, rejoice in it with reverence and praise, receive its treasure of virtues. The great benefit acquired with one utterance is supreme. Namo Amida Butts, Namo Amida Butts, Namo Amida. I'm sorry if my voice is not too clear today. Unfortunately, I have a chest cold, so please forgive me. And good morning, aloha, and ohayo gozaimasu. Thank you again, everyone, for your presence this morning for this service at Windward Buddhist Temple. I hope you're all coping well as the year 2025 goes on. Prices are still high, especially the price of eggs, which are in very short supply nowadays. I don't eat a lot of eggs because of concerns for cholesterol, but I do enjoy them as a breakfast food occasionally. But with the bird flu epidemic in the mainland, the supply has gone tight and prices outrageous. $9 a dozen at Don Quixote. And it's not eggs from local hens in Hawaii. Hawaii-laid egg prices are even more expensive. There is an egg shortage, yet every morning on those days I come to work here, I am always greeted by a group of chickens in the parking lot. Yeah, there's some outside right there, yeah. I've heard of wild chickens roaming freely throughout the island of Oahu, but I never thought they had finally arrived on temple grounds. Can't we catch and raise them for eggs? Unfortunately, these chickens here at Windward Buddhist Temple are almost all roosters. No can expect to find eggs lying around. That would be like a single young man going to a party, hoping to meet girls, but all who showed up were males. I remember a rooster at the Hawaii Betsuin grounds some 12 years ago. But rather than one who would run away in the presence of an approaching human being, this rooster in Honolulu was a most interesting kind. The bird came to the temple grounds and established itself, feeding off insects, slugs, and other tiny creatures on the ground. What's interesting about this bird was that it was not afraid of humans approaching it. It would stand its ground defiantly. When someone comes close to it, the feathers on its neck stand up, the beak pointed forward as if ready to fight, and it would crow very loudly in the morning. Sometimes it's not even daylight yet. It was big and robust, looked very aggressive, a bird that seems like it was raised for chicken fights. We ministers stayed away from it and kept a safe distance. It lingered on the temple grounds for about 2 weeks. But the funny thing that happened was the Betsuin at that time had a huli chicken roasting on sale that same month, and believe it or not, the rooster disappeared the day after the huli chicken sale. For a few days we were laughing about it, speculating that that aggressive rooster finally met its match and ended up in someone's dinner table. The most annoying about that bird was not his tough standing to approaching humans, but its crowing in the early morning hours. It was insistent, crowing incessantly for an hour and a half before coming down. I couldn't help but ask myself, what does this rooster want? The scientific answer, of course, is that he was either calling for a girlfriend the chick, literally, but I should not use the word chick because that would be pedophilia or child molestation in human terms. And he was also announcing to everyone that where he was standing was his territory. The rooster was saying, I am here, I am strong, and this whole place is mine, hoping to attract any female chickens who happen to be nearby. Like all living beings, every rooster needs to survive as an individual for the sake of the survival of his species. For that, he needs territory and food, and he needs to be aggressive or someone else will take it away from him, or worse. But in some way, his incessant call reminded me about the way I am living in this world. I too am always saying, I, quote unquote, always trying to establish my own importance, to claim my territory and leave my mark on the world. Like all human beings, I focus mainly on on myself, and forget that I, quote unquote, am able to live only through the help of other beings, through interdependence of everything in the universe. As an ordinary person, I can't help but retain a certain amount of self-centeredness in everything I do, no matter how much I may know about Buddhism. I, too, am always announcing myself to the world, just like Mr. Rooster. We all have a selfish mind, but I think I heard something else in the bird's calling voice those mornings. Even with his rooster self-assurance, wasn't he also asking a most important and deep question? Wasn't he voicing the primal question all beings need to ask, which is, who am I? Of course, roosters are innocent beings and do not consciously need to ask such questions. But we human beings do. In fact, that is really what it means to be a human being, to be one who is aware of his or her own existence and cannot help but ask, why? Even when we are being very arrogant and selfish, even when we are filled with pride and self-importance, there is always deep in our hearts a voice that is calling us to look at ourselves honestly, to see that we are not all what we think we are. That voice is always there, reminding me that I am deluded about myself, that all my pride and my goals and my self-importance are not what my life is really all about. In Buddhism, the path of wisdom begins when we realize this, to find our true self. Our true fulfillment in life starts when we understand, even to the tiniest degree, our own limited nature, that we can't do anything without the love and kindness and help of others. That is when we begin to spot our own calling, which is like the rooster's call, and begin to listen to that deeper voice within us and around us. In Jodo Shinshu Buddhism, we often talk about the voice of the Buddha, the calling voice of Amida, the voice that wants us to wake up from our kind of self-centered world and to enter into the true world of wisdom and compassion. In Buddhism, it is taught that even though most of us think we are awake, we are actually asleep. We are a kind of dreaming most of the time, kind of like daydreaming. The truth is, most of us are not really awake and mindful of this wonderful life we're living. When our own calling voice quiets down a bit and we begin to see that we are not the center of the universe, then our ears and our hearts just open up and we begin to perceive the Buddha's voice calling to us from everywhere and everything. Can we hear it? Are we listening? It is always there, waking us up from our dreamy pretend life to the world of enlightenment, of real life, the world of Amida's infinite wisdom and compassion, the oneness of life. Let's not just be just like a rooster, yelling and crowing all the time, saying, I'm so important, I'm so great, this is mine, I want this, I want that. Instead, let's listen to the voice of the Buddha, the voice that is always calling quietly to us to become who we truly are and to discover what we really need and want. Let's start listening by hearing the Buddha's call to the recitation of the Nembutsu. Let's put our hands together in Kansho and conclude with the Nembutsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Reverend. I'll never look at a rooster the same way ever again. If you are able, please stand for the Gatha Ondokusan, Gratefulness, that is on the white paper that was given to you earlier. And continue to stand for the Nembutsu, found in the Praises of the Buddha book on page 145.
his presence were numerous beyond reckoning. All who appear to be born in the Pure Land take refuge in Amida of the vast assembly. Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu, Namo Amida Butsu.
Please be seated. This concludes this morning's service, and now it is time for announcements with our President, Dennis Tashiro.
Good morning, everyone. Okay. Thank you, Reverend Self. I truly enjoy your Dharma messages. Kind of like what Neil said, I'll never look at a rooster the same way. Chicken is one of my favorite food. Thank you, Neil, for being our MC. And Miles, the brother, as the greeter. Cookie, who rang the Kansho. Lisa for playing the piano. And Joy for substituting as our videographer. Thank you, Joy. Okay, we have a few guests. First is Martin Wolf. He recently moved to Oahu. I think you said Big Island?
Big Island.
Yeah, well, welcome. He mentioned that you have a little background in Zen Buddhism. Very good. So everybody, please welcome Martin. We also have visitors from Jikoen. Gee, no service today. Wow. Grant Ito and Joanne Yoshimori. Welcome. And you can come anytime you want. Okay, next Sunday will be our first Sunday family service. After refreshments, we'll have an intergenerational activity. It will also be Birthday Sunday. Prudence will introduce us to the craft activity for that day.
This is what we're making. Those of you that like to play with art, this is bubble art. So you can plan to be here, and then, you know, if the children can do it, so can the adults. So this is for next Sunday, okay?
Sounds like fun. Okay, reminder that the adult Dharma classes will start this Saturday already, March 1st. The sign up, I think we might only have one more slot. So if you've been thinking about signing up, you better run over to that table back there and put your name down. Enrollment is limited to 15. And also a reminder, March 15 is the session with Anat Kam, author of the book, I can't read from here. Are your affairs? No. Anyway, if your affairs are not in order, she's the author of the book. She had to care for her in-laws after they had passed away, not knowing a lot of their secrets like passwords and where they put this and that. And so it's really trying to prepare us as we approach the inevitable. I think it'll be a very interesting session. There's a flyer on the back table. You can use your phone to do a click on the QR code. There's a link to the website. But for our congregation, we have a sign-up sheet. So you can do that as well. So please sign up. Okay, are there any other announcements? Otherwise, it's time to eat. Let's put our hands together and say the words of thanksgiving. We are truly grateful for this wonderful food, a gift of life. May we share its benefits with all beings. As we partake of this food, let us remember Amida Buddha's compassion, which surrounds all people and all forms of life. Namo Amida Butsu. Itadakimasu. Thank you, everyone.